how are you? It's a Dr. Muso Ngelwa, Menas Muso Ngelwa. Today we want to talk about Blazo Hitler, what Hitler did in Germany. Remember, Blazo Hitler, he came to power in 1933. So we want to see what he did when he was in power in 1933. Here is the question. List any 5 aims of Hitler's domestic policies between 1933 to 1939. What were the aims of Hitler's domestic policies from the time he came to power up to 1933? Number one, he wanted to eradicate employment. He wanted to do away with employment. He wanted to create public works that were going to solve the problem of unemployment. He also wanted to create a strong government that was going to restore peace and order. Strong government that was going to bring order in the country. He also wanted to eliminate the Jews from Germany. The Jews, he had to accuse them that they were responsible for Germany losing during the World War One. So he wanted to eliminate these Jews during the during his era, during the time that he was in power. He also wanted to bring a prosperity and raise the living standards of the Germany people. Prosperity, that prosperity that Germany was associated with. He also wanted to achieve self-sufficiency in the economy. He also wanted to eliminate all the political parties that were in the country. So these were some of the aims that Hitler wanted to achieve in his domestic policies. Let's move on. Let's talk about another question. B. Give an account of any 6 laws targeted at Jews by Hitler between 1933 to 1939. What were the laws? Which laws did he introduce that were targeted at the Jews between the time 1933 to 1939? Number one, we see that the Jews, they were eliminated. Number one, they were not allowed to work, to mix with the Germans. So many Jews, they lost their companies, they lost their workplaces. Those places, those companies, they were given to the Germans. Number two, they were not allowed to have sex with the Germans. If you had sex with a German now, you were eliminated. Children, they were tested to see that they did not have any blood that contained a Jewish blood. If you had a Jewish blood, you were killed. So many Jews, they died. So many Jews were killed during this particular period of time. Schools, Jews were not allowed to attend the same schools that were attended by the Germans. Church, the Jews were not allowed to go to the same church that were attended by the Germans. We also see that the Jews, they were not supposed to use the same roads that were used by the Germans. They had to put an inscription that was written, I am a Jew. So if you saw a person with that inscription, I am a Jew, if you are a German, you're supposed to change your route, to change your ways. Those ways, we see that they were aimed at making sure that the Jews, they were segregated, they were eliminated, they were eradicated in all forms of life. We also see that clinics, hospitals, again, the Jews were not supposed to go to the same clinics, to the same hospitals that were used by the Germans. So the Jews, we see that they were so much eliminated. A number of them, they fled the country because of these eliminations that were taking place. A number of them died during this particular period of time. And this period now, we see that it was called Holocaust. Why? Because they died in large numbers. So Hitler had to use all these forms to eliminate the Jews in several ways of life in Germany. That is what we have. Thank you so much. It's a Dr. Muso.